Hello guys, in this class let's talk about semiconductors. That's introduction to basic electronics. So semiconductors, let's go there, and this will be our lesson 1. Now, what are semiconductors? What is introduction to basic electronics? Now, let's first of all introduce the term conductors, insulators, and semiconductors, just the way we talk about it in your electrostatics. Right, so let's now talk about what are your conductors. Now, I'll learn by telling you that conductors are materials that allow electricity to pass through them. Any materials that allow electricity to pass through them are said to be called what? Conductors. That means they conduct electricity. They allow electric flow, electric current to pass through them. Such materials are said to be called what? Conductors. And what are conductors? All metals. Talking about your sodium, your copper, your iron, all those metals allow electricity to pass through them. Are you seeing that?
Hold on a bit. The complete series of classes, right, as far as your syllabus is concerned regarding your Jamb And Waec, everything has been covered in details for you in the LearnLift app. And guess what? The sweet part is that you have access to your CBT, right? You have access to your video lessons, you have access to your notes, you have access to your past questions. Everything from the beginning to the end is directly in the LearnLift app for you. So all you have to do is just mark down to Play Store or App Store and download the LearnLift app, where you follow all your classes from the beginning to the end. A quick one before we move. Let's get back to class. Enjoy.
Now, what's about to call your insulators? These are materials that do not allow electricity to pass through them, or charges to pass through them. So materials that do not allow electricity or charges to pass through them are called your insulator. Example is your plastic, your wood, and so on and so forth. Do you understand that? Now, everybody, what are conductors? These are materials that allow electricity to pass through them, while insulators are materials that do not allow electricity to pass through them. We explained this extensively in our electrostatics, so you can go to that class and watch them more. Now, there's also what we now call your insulators. Who are insulators? These are guys who are between conductors and insulators. Your semiconductors are between your conductors and your insulators. That is, these are guys who have conductivity and resistivity between your insulators and conductors. Look at this. These are materials which have conductivity and resistivity between conductors and insulators. That means we are trying to say that when we talk about, look at the word semi, they are half conductors, they are half insulators. Are you seeing that? So materials that have conductivity and resistivity between conductors and insulators are said to be called your semiconductor. Everybody knows that semiconductors, they are materials that have conductivity and resistivity between conductors and insulators. Now take note that they behave as conductors as well as insulators. On normal states, they don't conduct electricity, so they behave as insulators. But when their temperature is increased or you add impurities to them, they start to act as conductors. Look at it, I explained that again. We said that at normal states, they don't conduct electricity, so they tend as insulator. But when you add impurities to them, they now behave as conductors. So any materials that have their conductivity or resistivity are between conductors or insulators, or any materials that act as conductors and still act as insulators are said to be your semiconductors. And one example of semiconductor, they are your group 4 elements, which are your silicon and your germanium. Please take notes, constant past question. What are your semiconductors? They are your silicon and germanium. Everybody, hope you understand what are conductors, what are semiconductors, what are insulators. Now, if you say you understand that, let's first of all strike our first past question, Jamb 2005, question 2. The question says, which of the following material is a conductor? Of course, we say conductors are materials that allow electricity to pass through them, and we'll say all metals, right? Let's say option A say plastic, B say sodium, C say wax, and D say glass. Who are the examples of your conductors? We say conductors are metals. So who is a metal? Yes, sodium is a metal, making option B to become the answer. Do you understand that? Now, let's now talk about conductivity and resistivity. Now, let me explain that. What is conductivity? What's resistivity? The ability for a material to allow electricity to pass through that material. That material is said to be called a conductor. That means materials that allow electricity to pass through them, they are said to be called conductors. While who are now resistors or resistivity? Resistivity is the ability to resist the flow of electric current. I resist, you don't flow through me. Are you seeing that? So if you conduct electricity or you allow electric current to pass through you, you are said to exhibit what we call conductivity. Why, if you don't allow electricity to pass through you, electric charges to pass through you, are said to exhibit what we call what? Resistivity. Look at it. The ability of charges to flow in a material is called conductivity. Are you seeing that? Why, what are now resistivity? It is the opposition to the flow of what? Charge. So the opposition to the flow of charge is called resistivity. Like, I resist you. Many of you, you can be selling like this. They can be sweeping the house, the secret cockroach, you start shouting. They are trying to resist the cockroach. Or you just imagine you are dreaming and somebody is pursuing you, and before you know, you now stand and say, I bind you, I resist you, devil, get behind me. Are you seeing that? You are said to be called what? A resistor. You are undergoing what to call what? Resistivity. So conductors allow materials to electric charges to pass through them, while your resistivity do not allow electric charge to pass through them. Now everybody, take note that conductivity and resistivity, they have properties that are proportional to temperature. I'll give you a shortcut to remember them. Take note that in conductors, resistivity is proportional to temperature. What do we say? R is proportional, that's the resistivity is proportional to the what? To the temperature. It means that if the temperature increases, resistivity will also what? Increase. If temperature decreases, resistivity will also what? Decrease. Are you seeing that? And that's for what? For conductors. Take note that conductors, resistivity is proportional to what? To temperature. But for semiconductors, resistivity is inversely proportional to what? To temperature. For semiconductors, you can see that it means that if the temperature increase, resistivity will what? Will decrease. By now, you should know relationship between directly proportional and inversely proportional. Please take note about this statement. Constant pass question. Everybody, for semiconductors, what is resistivity is proportional to 1 over what? Temperature. So if temperature increases, resistivity will what? Will decrease. If resistivity increases, temperature will what? Will decrease. Do you understand that? And they can also ask you what relationship between conductivity and what? Resistivity. Take note that conductivity is very proportional to what? Resistivity. It means that if conductivity increases, resistivity will what? Will decrease. Why? Don't forget that we say for conductors, we say resistivity is very proportional to what? To temperature. Why for semi-conductors, we said that resistivity is proportional to 1 over what? Temperature. Do you understand? Everybody, if you must be a good conductor, you must be a bad resistor. And if you must be a good resistor, you must be a bad conductor. They don't work together. So when it comes to creating an account, right? This is the interface of the app that you can see. You can see create account, and you can also see login. Now, what you do is this: as a new user, you don't have an account yet, so you don't need to go and log in. You go and create an account as a new user. Click on that create account button. Once you click on it, the next thing is put your phone number. Place in your phone number. You can see +234. Then put your phone number, whatever your phone number is. If you don't have phone, you can use your mommy's phone number and put it there, right? Or your daddy's phone number. Use it, and then you can proceed and create the account. So let's go. So once you create the account, you have put in your phone number. What happened? Put your name, your correct phone number, please. Put your name. If your name is John, what do you fill in there? John. And then your last name, Frank. Fill in John Frank. And what's your email address? Okay, if your email address is johnfrank3@gmail.com, you fill it there. And then your password, very important. You create your own password, 6 digits. You can use your phone number, the first 6 digits of your phone number, or the last 6 digits of your phone number. Or you can, okay, since your name is John Frank, you can say, okay, my password name is John, right? John 123. And then you go and repeat the same thing, confirm password. What will you type there? Your John what? 123. You can decide to view it to yes or, and then see whether you are doing the same thing, whether what you are doing is correct, right? All you have to do is just click the I button there, and then you view it. And then come to select education. You are preparing for Jamb or Waec. In select education, there are 4 plans there. University, that's for people that are in university. Probably 100 level, 200 level, right? Yes, their classes are also there. Secondary,
for those in secondary school, primary. But for Jamb and Waec, baba, click Waec Jamb Pursue Utme, right? As the select education, select level. You are not preparing for Pursue Utme, you are preparing for Jamb and Waec, right? Okay, click on the word Jamb and what Waec, and then create your account. 2 seconds. Plus, you don't enter, it will load and then it will open for you, and it will tell you, welcome John, right? Your classes are now what? Ready. What do? Start learning. Do you understand that? Before you understand that, quickly, let's now go to the basic properties of semiconductors. There are 3 basic properties. What is the first property of semiconductor? Of course, the first property we have explained that their conductivity and resistivity is between conductors and what? Insulators, right? So those guys are between your conductors and your what? Insulators. Look at the first property. Take note that the resistivity of semiconductor is less than that of insulator, but more than that of what? Conductor. Now let's settle down and let's understand. We say that the resistivity of semiconductor, we say that sometimes they conduct, sometimes they don't conduct, right? So for them to conduct sometimes, it means that their resistivity is less than that of what? Insulators. Insulators don't conduct at all. These ones, they conduct sometimes. Are you seeing that? Because they are, if for them to conduct, it means that their resistivity for the resistivity means for them to oppose current is less than that of what? Insulator. Insulator has high resistivity, but their resistivity is more than that of what? Conductor, because conductors have low resistivity. That means that's why they easily what? Conduct. So the first property of semiconductors is that the resistivity of semiconductor is less than that of insulator, but greater than that of what? Conductor. If you don't understand it, pause it and imagine what I'm saying. Who has the highest resistivity? Insulator, right? Who has the least resistivity? Conductor. Because for you to conduct, it means your resistivity is what? Low. So what are semiconductors? They are between them. So that means their resistivity is less than that of what? Insulators, but greater than that of what? Conductors. Do you understand? Number 2, they have what to call your what? Your negative temperature coefficient of resistance. They have what? Negative temperature coefficient of resistance. I know this statement look big. Just don't even surprise yourself. Just remember that statement that in semiconductors, we said that resistivity is proportional to 1 over temperature. It means that, look at it, it means that the resistance of semiconductor, the resistance decreases if the temperature what? Increases. Look at it, the resistance of semiconductor decreases with increasing what? Temperature. And that's a jam question 2002 question 24. Everybody, what's the first property of semiconductor? The resistivity of semiconductor is less than that of insulator, but more than that of what? Conductor. And we said they have a negative temperature coefficient. That means the resistance of semiconductor decrease with increased what? Temperature. Then you understand. And the third one is that these guys are crystalline. Semiconductors are crystalline in nature. The word crystalline means their atoms are arranged in well-defined manner. Because their atoms are arranged in well-defined manner, they are said to be what? Crystalline. Give me the 3 properties of semiconductors. Number 1, we said that their resistivity is less than that of what? Insulator, but greater than that of what? Conductors, right? Number 2, they have a negative temperature coefficient. That means the decrease in resistance causes increase in what? In temperature, or as the temperature increase, their resistivity what? Decrease. Do you understand? As the temperature increase, their resistivity what? Decreases. As the temperature increase, their resistivity what? Decreases. Do you understand? Now let's see past question jam 2004 question 24. The question says for semiconductors to have a negative temperature coefficient of resistance imply that we said the negative coefficient of resistance means that as the temperature increases, their resistivity decreases. Are you seeing that? That's what makes them to conduct. Are you seeing that? Because for your resistivity to decrease, it means you are saying, okay, let's current pass through me. Do you understand? So option A said they have electrons and holes at high temperature. B said their resistance is constantly changing with temperature. C said their resistance increases with temperature. And D said their resistance decreases with what? Temperature. Now, look at the question very well. I know you want to say, okay, R is very proportional to 1 over T.
for semiconductor. Yes, but option D is more, look at it, option D is more correct because you see their resistance decreases with increased what temperature. Are you seeing that? Making option D to become the answer. Option C say their resistance increases with temperature. They did not tell us that the temperature is increasing as well. They just say their resistance increases with what? With temperature. But we are going for what is more correct because we know that for them to conduct, their resistance will decrease as temperature what increases, making option D to become the answer. Do you understand that? If you say you understand that, Jamb 2008 question 49, the question said that when a pure semiconductor is heated, what will happen when the semiconductor is heated? What will happen to resistance? We say resistance is going to what? Don't forget that temperature, resistance is proportional to 1 by temperature for semiconductor. So if the temperature is heated and the temperature is increased, resistivity will decrease, right? Option A say increase, B decrease, C remains constant, and C the same. Of course, we said that resistivity, once the temperature is increased, resistivity or resistance will increase, making option B to become the answer. Hope you are not there saying increase. Yes, is it increasing? You say increase. Say decreasing, you say increase. I hope you are following me. Pause the video, take it over and over again.
English is there, mathematics is there, biology is there, physics is there, chemistry is there. Your classes are organized, they are all there for you, right? What do? Okay, I want to start learning biology. So click on the biology, immediately you click on it, living organisms, that's chapter 1, right? Oh yes, that's strictly to your Jamb syllabus. And what happened? Let's say, for example, you want to watch your class on cell and probably cell structure, right? What happens is that you click on it. Immediately you click on it, you see all the classes will display history of cell, types of cells, cell organelles, and all of that. Okay, sir, I want to watch history of cells. You click on the history of cell immediately. Your class will start playing for you. It's easy and it will start playing for you easy and direct. And what happened? You can even choose to make it full screen, right? Make it full screen. What happens? You are started learning and you are enjoying your classes. In fact, you may choose to say, okay, I want to download my classes. In fact, you can fast forward, you can take it backwards, you can pause, you can rewind, anyone you want to do. You can even say, oh, sir, I want to download my classes, right? Probably you use Nightsub just to click on download buttons. When you click on download button, you see the download. Before you know what will happen, the download will start loading. As it start loading, you can see it is moving. And then it's enter your phone. Are you getting it now? You can now go and start watching your downloaded classes. You can download as many classes as possible as you want to download. Now, you can even choose to say, okay, sir, that's the notes underneath it. It's the same thing for everything. I want to download my notes. All you have to do is click on the download for your notes. Before you know what is happening, it has entered your phone. You may choose to come to the notes, right? Under the characteristics of living things, let me open the notes and read the notes and go through the past questions. So you see, well organized and structured notes, direct to the points, focusing on your syllabus for you. There are past questions for you in abundance. You see, you have your past questions here. You can choose to say, okay, I want to zoom it in, right? And then the same thing for all subjects. And you are following. The answers are there. Number 1 answer is B. Why is the answer B? It is explained for you in details. Every singular thing. And then you are following your classes. You are done with that. You come to the next. You see your notes. Everything structured and organized to the core. In fact, at the end of the day, there is a blow kiss for you. You have done well. Get out. You too much. Everything is structured and organized for you in the app, right? And you can now choose to say, okay, sir, what about chemistry classes or physics classes? You can do same. Use of English, all of them, they are there. When you click on your chemistry classes, what happens? Separation of mixtures and all of them are in line with your Jamb syllabus. Chemical combination, right? It just goes straight. You see, chapter 1 alone has 39 videos. 39, you sit yourself down, and you start learning. And you are following all of them one after the order. Does it make sense? Are you with me? When you want to access your download classes, all you have to do is just scroll down right on your home interface. Go to your access your download classes. Start now. You start. You see them, right? In fact, you may even choose to go and practice CBT, right, or past question. Let's say, for example, I go to my CBT, the one that has to do with my my biology. Then I want to take all the questions on that cell, probably your WAEC cell or the Jamb question on it, right? Just to click on it. So you see, all the questions are there. There are 40 questions there for you already. All of them on that cell. What happened? Which of the following cell inclusion can destroy other cell organelles? Probably you now say, oh, some answer is lysosomal. You choose it, you go to next like that. At the end of the day, you see your answer, see your corrections. All of these things are in the LearnLift app directly for you. Are you with me? So as far as your Jamb 2025 is concerned, my dear, you don't have an excuse whatsoever to have anything less than 300. Are you with me? All your classes are available for you. All you have to do, start learning now.
Download the LearnLift app now.
Jamb 2011 question 49. Which of the following materials has increased resistance with temperature? Which of the following materials has increased resistance with increased temperature? That is, which of the following materials in which their temperature their resistance increases as their temperature increases? Of course, we say for what? For metals. For metals, as resistance proportional to what? To temperature. As for conductors, right? As resistance increases, temperature what? Increases. The material say, the question say, which of the following materials has an increase in resistance with temperature? It would be electrolyte, C, water, D, metals. Of course, conductors, right? And metals are conductors, making option D to become the answer. Now, what's the chemical composition of your semiconductors? We said that constant example of semiconductors are your silicon and your germanium. So let's just take silicon. First of all, what is silicon? Silicon has atomic number 14. That's 284. You can see that 284, that means 284. The first share we take 2 8s, and what is left is 4. This 4 tells us that your silicon belongs to group 4 elements. They belong to what? To group 4 elements. Because that's what they have in the outermost shell. They have 4 electrons. That means they belong to group 4 element. And this also tells us something. What is the chemical bonding of group 4 element? Of course, you know that group 4 elements are what? Covalent, right? Covalent, because they undergo in electron what? Sharing. So take note that your semiconductors are group 4 elements and they undergo what we call your covalent bond. Now let's look at the periodic table. Look at it, all eyes on the diagram. Now this is group 1. So this is group 1. This is group 1. This is group 2. This is group 3, and this is group 4. And you can see that so we have carbon, we have silicon, we have what? Germanium, and so on and so forth. But our main focus is silicon and what? And germanium. So you can see that they belong to what? To group 4 what? Elements. The question is, what are group 4 elements called? What is group 1? Alkali metals. Group 2, alkali earth metals. Group 3, aluminum family. Group 4, carbon family. Group 5, nitrogen family. Group 6, chalcogen. Group 7, halogen. Group 8, your inert gases, your rare gases, and so on and so forth. Now, if you say you understand that quickly, now we said that they belong to group 4 elements and they undergo what you call your covalent bond. Now, look at it. Take note that your semiconductors belong to group 4, and we said that hence the bond in a semiconductor is covalent what? Bond. Covalent what? Bond. And what does covalent bond means? It means sharing of what? Electrons. Everybody, what is the bonding? You see the way I'm breaking the teaching. You should pass anything they ask here. So what is the bonding? They are known as a group 4 element. Let's see Jamb 2011 question 49. The question says the bond between silicon and germanium is A option. A, CDT one electrovalent bond, C is a covalent bond, D is a what? Ionic bond. Of course, silicon and germanium are semiconductors. Therefore, the bond gets what? Covalent bond. Let's see Jamb 2007 question 14. The question says the bond that forms a semiconductor is A, ionic, metallic, covalent, and D. We said that the bond in semiconductors are your what? Your covalent bond. That's electron what? Sharing, making option C to become the what? Answer. Go through the notes. Practice CBT. Always tell a friend about the LearnLift app, the only teaching app, bro. And no cap, the only teaching app. Watch any of our classes, you will know what we are saying. That men LearnLift they teach. Are you seeing that now? The main aim is to join the 350 gang in this Jamb. This year Jamb, you must be among the 350 gang. Ensure that you belong to our large WhatsApp community where we monitor student progress, your academic progress, and everything. I'll see you in the next class where we're going to talk about the band theory. Have you seen that? After the band theory, which will be our lesson 2, we'll now go further to talk about the types of semiconductor, intrinsic and extrinsic. We'll talk about the P-type, the N-type, a lot to learn. After that, go and finish all the past questions. All Jamb have asked in this topic is about 50-something past questions, and all of them are in my notes. Go and finish all. No question goes unpunished. You must join the 350 gang. I'll see you in the next class We'll talk about the boundary, we'll talk about the valence band, covalent band, and the forbidden gap. But for now,
Hope you've enjoyed this class. Guess what? To follow up for more classes, just download the LearnLift app, whether on Play Store or App Store, and then follow up your classes. You must do extremely well. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.